Hi everyone! Last week, if you remember, we made these wristers for our doll. And this week we are going to make the boots. So I have one done here. And you are going to need the gray yarn and the black yarn for this, as well as the scissors, tapestry needle, and of course you will want to have your eye crochet hook, or the hook that you needed to obtain the gauge. So let's get started. First off, we are going to start with the black yarn. We're going to make a slip stitch, or slip knot, excuse me. And then the instructions say to chain 6. Then we're going to do round 1. We're going to work 3 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. So if you count the first chain, then the second, we'll put 3 single crochets in that same stitch. Next, you're going to want to work a single crochet in the next 3 chains. Then we're going to work 3 single crochets in the last chain on the row. And now we have turned our work so that way the 3 middle chains, or I should say the last 3 single crochets that we did, are on the bottom, and then you have the unworked portion of the chain on top. And we're going to single crochet again in each of those 3 chains, so on the opposite side. And this is really hard to see when it's black yarn, but you just have to find the hole or the space left from your last stitch. And once you've completed those, you have finished round 1, and we are going to slip stitch in the first single crochet we made in the round, which would be this one. There we go. And we have made 12 single crochets in round 1. And before I told you in the last tutorial that when we do rounds, we don't turn our work. Well, in this pattern, we are going to turn our work. And so we are going to go and flip it over, and this is going to be round 2. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 3 single crochets. Once we have done that, you should have the 3 single crochets that you had on the last chain. And so you're going to single crochet twice in each of those next single crochets on that curve part. So we're basically increasing our stitches on the curve, and that's going to keep this is the bottom of the shoe, and that's going to be able to keep it flat versus curling it upwards. So I made 2 single crochets in the first stitch. I'm going to make 2 in the next. And then 2 more in this last one. And you're going to want to single crochet once in each of the next 3 stitches. And again, complete 2 single crochets in each of the next 3 single crochets along the round. And lastly, we're going to join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet that we made. And that will complete our second round. And then round 3 is going to be the last round that we complete in the black yarn. And we're basically going to do the same concept. We're going to turn our work, chain 1, and we're going to increase again on the single crochets that occur on the curve, and this time we're going to stitch 2 single crochets in the next single crochet, and then in the single crochet after that, or the stitch after that, we're going to only single crochet once, and you're going to repeat that pattern 3 times. So we are going to do 2 single crochets in this stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, and then 2 more in the next stitch, and then again in the last single crochet you're going to do 1 single crochet in the last stitch on the curve. And that's going to be our increased pattern for the other side too. And what we're going to do is single crochet in the next 3 single crochets. Repeat that pattern where we create 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Then we single crochet. Two more single crochets, single crochet, 2 more single crochets in 1 stitch, and single crochet. Now it completes our last curve, and now we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. We are going to join our yarn in the first single crochet we made in the round. And you should have a total of 24 single crochets. Now we're going to change to color base. So how we do that is we cut the yarn and fasten off. And then we take our second color, which in this case is gray, and we're going to create a slip knot again. And to attach, I'm just going to make a slip stitch. And now we are on to round 4. So I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to chain 1. And now this time, this is going to be the side of the boot. So it will be this portion right here. And we don't want it to flatten, we want it to curve upwards. So we're not going to be increasing our stitches. We're actually going to be working around the stitches, and then it's going to, then we're going to actually decrease stitches to get that rounded top part over the toe. But the wrong side of the work is the side that my tail is on. When we started round 1, that was the right side, which for me was this side. The wrong side is going to be the inside of our project. And so round 4, this is going to be the wrong side. So all of our stitches are going to be starting to go up like this when we start. So we chain 1, now we're going to single crochet in the front loops only. And what that means is there's 2 loops on top of these single crochet stitches, we're only going to be doing the first one. So when I single crochet, I'm going to be putting my hook up, and I know with black yarn it's really hard to see, but it's only going to be like this one loop. Like when I crochet regularly, I have 2 loops, but I just want to pick up that top loop, pull my yarn through, and complete a regular single crochet. Just like that. I'm going to be doing that all the way around in this round. So I single crocheted all the way along the side and all the way around the curves, just like that. And we'll end up with a total of 24 single crochets, and I'll come back as soon as I finish this round. You want to finish your round by slip stitching in the first single crochet from that made in the round. And now we're going to turn our work, which I already did, and we are going to chain 1. And we're going to work in both loops again, and we're going to single crochet in the next 13 single crochets. Once you have completed your 13 single crochets, we are going to single crochet 2 together, and we're going to do that 3 times. So we insert our hook, pull up a loop, insert our hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. That's 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to single crochet in each of the next 5 single crochets. Join with the slip stitch in our first single crochet made in the round, and you should have a total of 21 single crochets in round 5. Round 6, you want to turn, chain 1, and we are going to single crochet in the next 3 single crochets. And then we are going to single crochet 2 together 3 times. After you have single crocheted 2 together 3 times, we are going to complete round 6 by single crocheting in the next 12 single crochets. You want to finish the round by joining with a slip stitch in the first single crochet made in the round. And when you finish round 6, you should have a total of 18 single crochets. Round 7, you want to chain 1. Making sure to turn your work and single crochet in the next 11 single crochets. This will also be our last round where we decrease. After you finish those 11 single crochets, we're going to single crochet 2 together in the next single crochet 3 times. And to finish it off, we are going to single crochet in the last stitch remaining in the round and slip stitch in the first single crochet, and that ends round 7. So you should have a total of 15 single crochets in that round. in rounds 8 through 17, you're going to, of course, turn your work, chain 1, and you are going to single crochet in each stitch in each round. And so you'll have 15 single crochets in each round, and at the end of round 17 we'll fasten off, weave in our ends, and we'll be done with our boot. So it should look like this when you're all done. And again, you're going to make 2 of these. So you'll repeat this pattern a second time, and you can rewind to the beginning of the video and make your second boot that way. And then next week we'll be making the ear flap hat, and the week after that we're going to make that cute little canine dog with the collar and leash. So we are over halfway done. I'm super excited. We got a cute jacket, we have the wristers, and now we have the boots. The outfits are really starting to come together. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, please like, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye!